But we can also think about that in our own lives. Do I behave the best I want in every business interaction? I'm doing better, right? Right. Had I in my earlier years, I probably was far too intense or aggressive, and I've evolved from that, right? That didn't work out the way I should. So maybe I should do some self-reflection. But it was so great for, and what I love for you guys is to get these life cheat codes from this event we went to. So these are the 3 keys to master self-control. Hello, everybody. Grady Paulson here, Family First Life America Beyond. Excited to be on here today with you. We are going to do our Hayden and I, Integrity Partner, Hall of Fame producer. Recently, we're fortunate and blessed to attend a 4-day Leadership Academy training put on by our parent company, Integrity Marketing Group. They brought in Tom Ziglar, who's the son and Chairman and CEO of the Ziglar Foundation, son of Zig Ziglar, one of the greatest business minds that has ever existed, and put us through the ringer, put us through a 4-day course of all kinds of content, all putting us in a position where we learned a tremendous amount about business, leadership, coaching, how to behave, how to act, how to help people get better. And our goal today is to review that with you and to put you in a position where you're now equipped. And granted, this was 4 days, right? 4 full days. And we're going to do it in about 45 minutes or so and try to give you the best tidbits. So if you like Cliff Notes, you're on the right call. But more so, the goal of this is for you to get better, right? So to come at this with an open mind, to come at this with the reality of, Hayden and I are fairly well personally developed. We've listened to a lot of speakers. We've applied what they've said. We've read a lot of books. We've cut our teeth in the field. We've been knocked down more times than we would care to admit, and picked ourselves back up and went back to business. And coming out of this Leadership Academy, I think we both have put ourselves in a position where we've evolved. And that's always the goal, right? The goal is evolution, right? There is no maintenance mode. You're either growing or you're dying. No one stays neutral. So that's what I'm excited about. Hayden, any initial thoughts about the Leadership Academy before we jump into the slides?
Yeah, I mean, it was some great stuff we're going to go through, obviously, but one of the main things is just like you just said, Grady, it's a constant evolving process where either you're stuck and getting worse, or you're getting better. And a lot of the things that we're going to go through, you've probably heard them. They're probably just good, gentle reminders. But if you really are intentional with some of these principles and some of these thoughts, it's going to help you so much. And not only, the cool thing about this training is it wasn't only about just business. I've applied some of the principles, in life and with family and in business. And it helps pretty much, full circle with anything that you're going to be doing. So excited to share.
Awesome. All right. Self-control. This was a crazy concept. And this is, something that I think, all people can evolve, right? The ability to remain calm and not show your emotions, even though you're feeling angry or excited, right? Self-control, right? Someone cuts you off in traffic, right? Someone hits your cart and you drop your phone in the grocery store. Someone rolls you debt, right? But life happens, right? And it's your ability to remain calm, right? The most powerful words in the world are the words we say to ourselves. And if you can control your emotions, you can control your world. And so when Tom was telling us about that story about flying to Australia, and he needs to be there like tomorrow, and he's been planning, he bought his flight for 3 months and it got canceled, his ability to remain to stay composed and keep self-control is what allowed him to really rectify that situation, get a flight on another plane and rectify the situation. But we can also think about that in our own lives. Do I behave the best I want in every business interaction? I'm doing better, right? Had I in my earlier years, I probably was far too intense or aggressive, and I've evolved from that, right? That didn't work out the way I should. So maybe I should do some self-reflection. But it was so great and what I love for you guys is to get these life cheat codes from this event we went to. So these are the 3 keys to master self-control, right? One is know your purpose and what you believe in, right? So hypothetical, I get in an argue with my wife. Or I have an agent there, or let's just use my wife, right? We all have human interactions, right? And I get in an argument with my wife. Younger, hot-headed Grady would, start yelling and spout off and put his head through the wall, right? I don't know if I'd put my head through the wall, so what is my purpose? My purpose is to be a good husband. My purpose is to be a good father. My purpose is to be a good boss, is to be a good leader, is to be a good business owner. So the second line is very important, is would a secure person do that? Would a secure person do that, right? If I'm having in a frustrated situation, exuding self-control puts us in the reality that I'm trying to emulate security. I'm trying to emulate the fact that I have control. And so we'll show you what this mental model is for self-control and communication. But I loved the reality of this is that, like, how we engage in any conversation or any interaction should be a reflection of whom we want to be. What is our purpose, right? Do I behave or do all the best things I should do every time? I don't. Hayden, do you? No, we'll make mistakes, right? We all make mistakes. Everyone on here makes mistakes. And if you say you're not, well, we've got the Jesus Christ himself has joined us on Zoom right now. And I think he's still made some sins. That's, there's the big rock, and I'm going to get in trouble. But what I'm trying to say is, though, that was so impactful for me to go in every interaction. Is my purpose who I want to be coming out? And then if I'm feeling myself getting boiled up and frustrated and want to snap and want to be frustrated, would a secure person do that? Would someone in control of themselves do that? So we'll go to the next slide, Hayden. I'll let you reflect on this. But this is the self-control mental model.
Yeah. So my purpose for being here is blank. Things happen beyond my control. And if someone attacks me, I'm dealing with an insecure person. My main goal is to change lives, and I can do that best by how I respond. And so another example when you're talking, Grady, that I thought of, in most of our everyday interactions is you have clients. You have clients that say they want to think about it. They say, I don't understand it. I can't afford it. A rookie agent may just go right at him and fly off the handle, or you can use the logical approach of overcoming the objection, presenting a solution to ultimately get the sale. And that's really in every single interaction. So one of the biggest things that I took from this is, take a step back, take a deep breath, think of a solution so we can, better the situation and get rid of the problem, instead of, if you turn into that T-Rex leader, now the problem's even bigger, and you just, basically their trust for you is a lot lower. And, that happens a couple of times, whether it's with, spouse, clients, agents, whatever. That happens 2 or 3 times, and it's hard to ever repair that once it's done.
Yeah, agreed. Very good. Awesome. So the yin and yang of self-control was humility. And it was talking about, whether it's a T-Rex that isn't humble, or it's arrogance that flies in, it's ego that comes once we start having some big months, big years in business. But the opposite of humility is entitlement, right? So I owe this. You own this. I brought all these people to FFL. You owe me this, right? The opposite of humility is entitlement, right? I deserve this for whatever reason, just because I'm who I am, right? That's a rough place to be. It's not a respected place to be. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. How can I serve the team better? How can I shine light on others better? How can I make sure that other people get recognition, right? I spent hours writing this training, but if we go back to slide 1, I put Hayden's name on first. Why? To show him love, to show him recognition, to let him know I appreciate him, to show him gratitude for doing, right? Are you running your business and living your life trying to keep the light off yourself and being humble? Right? Humble leaders relish the fact that they don't know everything. For if they did, they would be done growing, right? This is arrogance. This is, I know how to do it. I know how to sell insurance, right? People, there's thousands of people are invited to this call. A few hundred showed up. Why? Because a few thousand already know everything, right? Well, we'll see where their business is in 6-12 months. And I don't say that glibly or with negative effect, but I say that humble leaders take every chance they can to get better, right? They take every interaction where there's every possible waking moment where I could learn from someone who's better at these things than me, who's achieved success higher than I have, and learn and see if I can pull some things out of them. And one of the couple of things on humility was short-term confidence leads to arrogance. So what could we call that? Someone that writes 30 families in their second, third month, you know, their S don't stink, right, Hayden? They come, oh man, I know how to do this. I'm making so many sales. I don't need to call clients back. Betty needs to change your beneficiary. She can call the carrier and do it herself, right? Like the arrogance that comes from quick success versus long-term confidence, right, over life leads to humility, right? Meaning that as you build something over time, you realize and recognize how hard it is to create something, and that you treat your business, you treat your people, you treat anybody you interact with love and appreciation and gratitude. Humility allows us to say, how can I handle this better next time? What did I learn? How can I do this better next time? Anything you picked up from humility, Hayden?
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge one, guys, especially as you start to build your business bigger and bigger. I've, in sports and in business and just in life, I think we all can look at so many examples of that, star player or that, boss or whatever that, they think everything's about them, no one helped them get there. And that's something, if I can give you guys one tip on this, always make it about your team. Like I always give credit to Jordan and Grady and Andrew and Sean, because guess what? They helped me get to where I'm at now. I always give credit to my team because they helped us achieve our goals. And so if you want to get success and lose it as fast or faster than you got it, become an egomaniac and have no humility, because no one likes that. And it's just a slippery slope that, you don't want to go down.
Amen. Humility mindset. The more you are grateful for what you have, the more you will have to be grateful for. I mean, just epic stuff.